Thanks for joining us. 5 and 5 covers 5 news items of the day in 5 minutes. The clock is ticking, so let's get started. 1. A media frenzy over the leaked Michael Cohen tape of his conversation with President Trump in 2016. The tape is about a conversation Cohen and Trump had in 2016 regarding the possible purchase of the rights to a Playboy model's affair claim. CNN claims Trump is saying pay with cash, yet you can hear Cohen interrupt repeatedly, and then the recording cuts out abruptly. Rudy Giuliani came out guns blazing against Cohen, citing the careless intrusion on attorney-client privilege. Giuliani also stated that on the tape, Trump says don't pay with cash. Something to consider: the origins of this tape and our knowledge of it. Michael Cohen allegedly slipped a recorder into his pocket and secretly recorded his client. He allegedly hid the recording in his office. Special counsel Robert Mueller raided Cohen's home and office, seizing the files and this recording. Then at some point, someone on the Mueller team or someone who had access to this evidence decided to leak it to the press. A few things we here at Kitchen Table Media are wondering: how did CNN gain access to evidence in an ongoing investigation? Who has the security clearance to authorize such a thing? And is it even legal? 2. 5.4 million consumers will cut the cord in 2018. That's according to a new report from CG42. They're a firm who researches and provides in-depth analysis of U.S. consumers who are cord cutters, folks who said no to paid TV service, and cord nevers, those who never had purchased TV service. The first of the 3 reports is out, and it's not looking good for television service providers. Looking at the numbers, providers AT&T DirecTV and Comcast Xfinity stand to lose the most, totaling $2.8 billion. There's a lot of information here. We'll leave the links below for you. Oh, and one thing that struck us as interesting: Netflix seems to be spending more money than they collect. This has been occurring for years, defying the common sense of business. Makes you kind of wonder how they stay afloat, especially after recently negotiating a multi-million-dollar deal with Barack and Michelle Obama. 3. Trump derangement syndrome is on full display in Los Angeles, California. Overnight, a man allegedly used a pickaxe to destroy President Trump's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Witnesses say the man strode up to the star with a guitar case, opened it, took out the pickaxe, and proceeded to destroy the president's star. According to LAPD, the suspect called the police, telling them he destroyed the star, adding, "See you soon." By the time police arrived, the suspect fled the scene. He has since turned himself into police and has been booked on suspicion of felony vandalism and is being held on $20,000 bail. 4. Bad news for Facebook shareholders and investors. The market value plummeted, losing over $130 billion, wiping out the entire year's growth. Potential factor: the lack of confidence by investors regarding China's venture with Facebook. The pair planned to launch an innovation hub to support Chinese developers. 24 hours ago, it seemed as if everything was a go and Facebook received the approval needed from the Chinese government to start the project. Now, it seems the registration has disappeared and the approval withdrawn. Totaling up today's losses, Zuckerberg is roughly $20 billion in the hole, all within the span of 2 hours. This is probably one of the reasons why he is divesting himself of the company as fast as possible. Something we encourage folks to look at: over the last 2.5 years, Zuckerberg has sold off nearly $9 billion worth of Facebook stock. Oddly enough, Facebook stock is still listed as one of the most popular hedge fund stocks. Another thing worth mentioning: the continual declining number of active Facebook users. It's the lowest on record and points to fewer folks using the platform. Anyone who's paying attention has got to be wondering, is something about to drop? 5. An 11-year-old genius just graduated from college. What's he gonna do? Get his PhD so he can prove God's existence. William Malis started speaking complete sentences by 7 months old, learned subtraction and addition before he was 2, knew 3 languages by age 3, and learned algebra at 4. Amazing doesn't even begin to describe this bright tween. He wants to earn his PhD by the time he's 18 and eventually work at NASA. William's father, a priest at the Saints Raphael, Nicholas, and Irene Hellenic Orthodox Church in Florida, says his son is a normal kid who likes sports and computer games. William says that he wants to explore space and delve further into science because he'd like to, quote, prove to the world that God does exist through science. Everyone has gifts from God. I was gifted with knowledge of science and history. And that's the 5 and 5 for July 25th, 2018. Be sure to further your own research by following the links in the description. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.